Welcome to another tech video. Today we are going to be looking at a laptop that we purchased from eBay for a client. So without further ado, let's see what we've got. So I've got no idea what condition this is going to be in. So it's just arrived. All I know is that it's an HP laptop. I think it's a Core i5, 8 gig of RAM, 240 gig SSD drive. So let's have a look to see what we get. So loosely packaged power brick. This should be either a 45 or a 65 watt. It is a 65 watts. And then inside the box, nice bubble wrap packaging, so hopefully it hasn't been damaged. And then, okay, yep, this looks like it's fairly good condition. Let's have a look around the outside. So we've got, this is a card reader, like an RF card that will do the authentication. So we've got a DVD read writer, or I believe it's a read writer. What have we got on the bottom here? Okay, all looks fairly intact. A little bit of scuffing on the bottom where they've cleaned it. Looks like they've cleaned it with, not sure entirely what, but a couple of little scuffs on there. Looks like it's been cleaned with isopropyl alcohol, and it's unfortunately wiped off most of the information on here, but it is an HP Probook 640G2, 14 inch. Okay, so continuing to look around the device itself, we've got a VGA output, and on this side we've got a headphone jack. We've got a USB Type-C port with power delivery, so this will be 5 gigabit signaling rate. We've got a display port, and we've got another high-speed USB port, Type A port with power delivery, and it looks like we've got a standard USB Type A port there. Underneath here we've got an SD card reader, and we've got an RJ45 jack, and this looks like a docking station connector, and we've got a SIM card slot here, and then our power port there. So all in all, not too bad so far. The cover is nice and clean, no scratches on there really, which is good. And then inside the device, okay, so the screen's a little bit dirty. It's got our marks on here from our rubber feet, but they will clean up nicely. We've got what I believe is a 720p webcam in there, and then it does feel like it's been nicely cleaned. So it's a 14-inch display, or 14.1 inch display. Keyboard, I'm not sure if it's a backlit keyboard yet, but without further ado, let's get the back off and have a look at the internals. Okay, so getting into the device, we've got some screws around the outside, and not sure, don't seem to have anything in the center here, so I'm not sure how we're going to be able to get this DVD ROM out from there. Looks like that is missing, but we might be a release clip of some description. Let's try and do that first, because if we can't get this off, then, or we can't get this out, we're not going to be able to get into the device itself. Okay, so that looks like it might be a showstopper, but us being one to be never beaten, we will see if we can get into the back of this anyway. Might need to do something at a later stage to try and release that DVD ROM. So we're just going to remove all of the screws that we can see. Okay, looks like we can get in the bottom down here. So if we just run that around there. Okay, that is coming off without needing to take out the DVD writer, which is unusual. Ah, I like the way they've let's have a look at this in more detail. Okay, so the SSD drive, that is been fixed in with some double-sided tape or single-sided tape, which is most unusual. Let's have a look at our Wi-Fi card. So our two Wi-Fi antenna are just resting in there, but that is okay, that will still do the job. Okay, what have we got under here? Okay, that is for our screen, which is connected. The CPU fan seems okay. We've got looks like 4 gig on board and 4 gig extra in there. Nope, it's just a single 8 gig DDR4 2400 speed, so that's okay. So far so good. Nothing to be concerned about apart from this drive here, this SSD drive, but that's all right. So let's have a think about the cooler and where the CPU is under here. So to get to that, you've got to take out this whole assembly, which I'm not going to do. Normally what I would do is to remove the cooler pipes and the fan and then thermal paste the drive there. Looking at the top here though, let's have a look. So we've got another space for a card. Let's have a look, see if that's an M.2 slot. Okay, that might work as an M.2 drive, but I can't see the connector. It'll be a small M.2 drive, but as there's not one in there, we're going to stick with the SSD drive that's installed here. So it's a Toshiba 240 gig. Nothing to write home about that, no need to be concerned, and everything looks in good order. The battery, it's a tiny little battery, so don't expect too much battery life out of it, as you can see here, but the battery, it's not swollen at all, so it's in good condition, which is always great. And then to remove the DVD drive, you need to take off the assembly again for this, so I'm not going to be doing that today. What we need to do is prep this and get it out to our customer. So in terms of the cleanliness of the machine, yeah, thumbs up, good job eBay seller for getting that nice and clean. Okay, so that's the cover back on. We'll pop the screws back in and then we'll fire it up and see what version of Windows we've got on here and what the condition is. I think probably what we're going to do anyway is replace the operating system with our own fresh install of Windows 10, which I would always recommend doing, because you just cannot trust anybody to give you an install of Windows without any malware or unusual applications. So we always wipe the drive and do our own install of Windows 10. That ensures that it's clean, and then we'll add some antivirus afterwards, and we'll also do a rootkit detection, although deleting all of the partitions would remove any rootkits if they're on there anyway. But once we've got the operating system loaded, we can then go in and have a look at the device in more detail. So just get this back together and then we'll get the machine fired up and see what conditions it's in. Okay, here we are booted into the system, so it booted straight in without any issues at all. Let's have a quick look to see what we've got on here. So we've got VLC media player, Skype, OpenOffice, Google Chrome, any other applications that we can see? No. Skype not signed in. Let's go in and have a look at our system. See what apps we've got. Standard Windows 10 installation with OpenOffice added. VLC player. I'm not sure why you'd need that. All I can tell is that it's a very old version of Windows 10. So let's go in and have a look at the actual version. Okay, so as you can see here, we've got a Core i5 6200U CPU running at 2.3 gigahertz. This boosts up to around about 3.2 gigahertz, 8 gig of RAM, 64 gig version of Windows 10 and Windows 10 Pro, which is really nice to see. Version 1709. Wow, that is ancient, and you can always tell because of the as you can see here, the Microsoft Internet Explorer version. It's a very old version of Edge. So without further ado, we are going to give this a fresh install of Windows 10 and then we'll come back and have a look again. Alright, so we've got Windows 10 installed now. Let's have a quick look. Make sure that everything is installed in terms of the drivers. So what have we done? So first of all, we installed HP Support Assist. Then we went to the website and downloaded and installed the latest BIOS version. So we know that the BIOS is now all up to date and protected. And we've then been through the Windows updates to bring it up to the latest version that is capable of running on this device. And if we go in and have a look here in our About settings, so 20H2 is the latest version that this is capable of running at the moment. Until some new updates come down, and nothing else has changed. So that's all there is to getting this set up ready for our clients. So what was the price of this device? So it's $159.99 off eBay, and all in all a very good quality device, considering a lot of the others that we looked at on eBay have broken hinges, broken panels. This one is fairly clean. So the next thing to do is just give the screen a clean, give the keyboard a good wipe. One of the things to note on this device is it doesn't have a backlit keyboard, but that's not a problem for its use. It's going to be for a school user, and that's all there is to it. So if you found that video useful, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. One of the things I did want to say is if you're looking for a cheap laptop, then eBay is okay, but you've really got to do your research to make sure that the type of device you're getting is good, undamaged, unbroken, and in fact is in a working condition. And then once you get it back to yours, take it apart, check out the internals, make sure that you're happy with it, and then resolve any problems that you need to. Apart from that, just want to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.